Hello guys, Susanna here. Well, I'm back again for my first video in a while. This month in September for Botanical Beauties, which is here. I haven't quite finished. I still need to do that in the crocus, so I've got to finish that, but that is stitching. So here is where I'm going to place my Black-Eyed Susan, which I've traced out. I've just sort of I'll be putting that there, but I'll show you where I got that from and where I'm getting the inspiration. So that's going to go there. But today I'm going to be doing some painting and bits and pieces. So as you've probably already seen on Corinne's video, this is funny that the two happen to be in the same spot. So it's on page, is it 32? So that was a crocus was last month and the Black-Eyed Susan was this month. So I sort of traced this, but then did my own thing and made it so that it would suit where my piece was. Yeah, so because you are allowed to trace bits and pieces from here, and I did the same with the crocus. So it's such a good book, and I've got this book here too. I might keep this here as inspiration too. Here's that piece. And in this book here, which I found in a vintage bookshop, it's got all bits and pieces. You know, some of them have colours, some of them don't. But I was lucky enough to find, I've got it dog-eared, there's the crocus, Black-Eyed Susan. So that gives me the inspiration of the colourway. So I like the way they got those little cones, and they're a daisy. So if you want to, you don't have to do a Black-Eyed Susan, you can do a daisy. That's what Corinne and I decided, and I thought, like she said in a video, I thought she was going to do a daisy all this time, but I think when she looked it up, she saw, oh, it's got that. So it's where I'm getting my colour inspiration from. Put that there. If I can, it'd be nice if I could take it out, but I might have to just have it there and hope to goodness that it doesn't fall on me. Ah, there we go. Now this is where the video is going to come in. Now I'm going to use, I might have to double it up so it doesn't wet the mat. So like with the crocus, I'll paint it and then I'm going to, you know, cut around it. Yeah, it's really quite nice. So it's sort of a yellowy colour, and this is the only one I've got in my Inktense, and I started trying it, but I think the watercolour may work out to be a little better, I think. So I've got some water here, because I think this is the Jane Davenport one, and I think this is the Neutrals. Is it? Neutral palette. And that just is the right colour. It just seems like the right colour for it. Yeah, it's sort of like a, you know, a mango, but it's a yellowy orange. So it's probably going to be very yellow because it's got the Inktense pencil underneath it as well. So this I can do. May not to be, and then I'll attach it like I did with my other piece, but I may not be able to do a great deal of stitching, but this I can do, and so at least it's getting it started. It'll be on my piece. I could probably do, you know, like a small little tacking stitch on there, trying not to let it bleed. Such a beautiful colour actually. So because it's on calico, you sort of really got to give it a good rub in. And I'll probably just, what I'll do is I'll do the one, and then I can come back and, you know, do the rest off camera, because it does can get a little boring, but I find it quite therapeutic. Yeah, I still am having quite a bit of trouble seeing, so I don't really want to overdo it. Okay. Doesn't matter if I go onto that because it's the same colour. There we go. Might as well do that while I'm here. So, and I might tiny bit of drop in a little bit of orange, you know, just there. I reckon it will look all right. Yeah. Add to the colour. Some bits that could probably use a little more. That's the only thing with this, though, it when it dries on its own, you can get good colour, but the moment you iron it, this is all. Yeah, the moment you iron it, sorry, finish your sentence, Susan. It fades in colour. Or is that leaf? Could be a rolled, I don't know, hard to tell. What is it in the picture? Yeah, it's sort of a bit of an a rolled over bit, I think. You know, see how that sort of got rolled over, curled over. So I'll just make it a little bit darker. And I'll do similar with this like I did with the crocus. I'll probably just paint the outside. So, not paint the outside, stitch the outside, because I like the effect of it. Now, I started off when we did this project of, you know, doing a lot of the painting and drawing. You know, I did some of it I traced and some of it I just drew to get the right shape and whatever for my piece. Now here it's starting to bleed, so I'm gonna, there we go. If you're quick you can grab it. Get it a little bit more on the edges. Yeah, you've got a bit more control with the pencils, but with the watercolours, it, you know, it definitely is. Got to be really careful. At least it's similar colour in all the pieces, so if they bleed, not as bad. A little bit there. Yeah, so how are we all going? How have you been going on your pieces? Seeing some lovely bits on the Facebook page. Being able to have a look at some of that. So I'll do this, finish this one, and I'll do that other one at my leisure. I'm going to paint this a browny coloured, even though it's like black-eyed Susan. I'm going to do it looks like it's, you know, like little stuck up bits, so I'll paint it, and then I'm going to go over it with just some thread in the browny black colour, and do little, you know, straight stitches, maybe a French knot in the middle. So I think rather than having black, we will do brown, because that will be dark enough. Oop. I'll see if it bleeds onto the piece, which it can. Actually don't mind that. Happy accident. Because it sort of seems to have a little bit of that browny colour in it. Got to be careful though. See how it bleeds? It's a shocker. And it's always the darker colours. See, if I iron that, I'll be able to see. And I might even actually use it on those folded bits. That inside, usually a bit browner. Have some brown on the edges. Now's the time to do any highlights. Actually here, it was underneath. There we go. Oh, sorry, I get quiet when I'm busy concentrating, and because my eyesight's a bit still not 100%, I've got to really concentrate that I don't go over the line. Okay, I'll fill in this. Do some bits and pieces before I put the yellow in. Okay. Yeah, that's actually a good idea there, because it will define it. Okay. Well, like, might get some more of that orange on this one. Put a bit of orange in with it. It's a yellowy orange. So nice sometimes when you just see just a little bit of a different colour when it goes bing and it goes in there. It's like really nice. Do the same near that. Okay, then we'll put in the yellow and we'll hopefully blend all that in together. Here I was saying I was going to turn it off, but nah, I'm still going, because probably won't get stitching out of me today, but you will get some painting. And I'll give it an iron and maybe work on the composition of the background, because I've got some fabric that I need to put down. Like, I've got a really pretty lace that's got a almost like a daisy in it, so I thought that would be perfect to use in the background. And then I've got another piece that has got what are those sweet peas, a fabric that I bought from Purveyor ages ago. when I was working on my Sweet Pea doll, but I didn't end up using that fabric. But I may make a dress for my Sweet Pea out of that fabric. I think that's why I got it. I got, where is it here? It's like so sweet. But this colour just works really well, and I thought putting a bit of some of this next to it, but it's these Sweet Peas, and I thought there's enough there to make a little dress for my Sweet Pea doll. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go onto my playlist, and I'll have a doll that I found about this time last year, actually, when I went with Corinne to the fair in Queensland, in Brisbane, when she still lived in Brisbane. And yeah, and I found this really cute little old, almost like a Cupid face doll, and I was going to make a dress out of it, but then I found this awesome dress at a vintage market, and I thought, well, saves me the trouble, doesn't it? Okay, now the green, I think field green, that might be the better green rather than trying to do watercolour, I think. It does have funny little texture on the plant when you actually see it in this picture. So I'm just going to lightly colour it in, because this is Inktense, so it's going to be a lot more intense when you actually colour it in. Hopefully. It's on a soft thing. I might add a bit of colour to the leaf, add in a bit of extra colour. You don't have to be precise with your colouring in. I've got it's a sort of like this colour green. What's it called? Leaf green. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? So that's a darker colour. So for the darker bits underneath, and maybe in the middle, just a little bit of shading, dark underneath and in the middle. Might even use this for the where you wouldn't see as much sunlight. Okay. So it'd be interesting to see how that comes up. Okay. I've got a really fine water brush. That might work better. Oop, don't want that to bleed. It doesn't bleed as bad, but it is quite a lot of water. And if you want a bit more colour, just do this on the actual thing. Okay, hopefully. I'll just put a little bit of water here, easier for me to dip into. Okay. So Corinna and I I are doing a fairly similar. I think she used the same design, but she, you know, she drew it out and it looks different, but yeah. And like she said, you know, it was ironic. I said, it's ironic that I'm doing a black-eyed Susan and I've had eye surgery and my eyes are a bit black. But that was for the month of August, but I'm still, it's a bit more red at the moment. But yeah, it's funny, we had a bit of a giggle. Couldn't have planned that. I think I'm going to do, hopefully, yeah, that'll be a bit darker. Get a bit more of this green. And then I might go in and give it an iron. I like this leaf green mixed with that. What colour is this? This is field green. Put a bit more in here, I think. But I think some leaf green is probably a better match in some places. So you highlight things. Okay, do it there on the edge. Oh, I don't think that's being activated. Nope. Yeah. These are great. I really do like my Inktense pencils. I think they're great. I know that Dawn uses them too. When she was at the retreat, she did a fantastic job on her piece with these Inktense pencils in the Christmas one. So, okay, you know what? I am going to do a little bit of the dark green on here, because I reckon that'll give it some, it just definitely needs something, it's a bit bright. Yeah. There we go. Keep working with it until you get it to how you want it. Okay. Okay, I think this bit's a bit bright too. Well, I'm going to give it a bit of an iron and see how it looks, and I will be back, and then we can have a look. See, 23 minutes, and I'll be back. Like I'll cut it out and put it onto my piece, and we can work on that. So I'll be back. Hello guys, I am back again. So here it is finished, and I'm trying to arrange some bits and pieces. Here's this bit of lace that had this sort of daisy thing, and I was thinking maybe I can cut some of that out and put it underneath. So it's a bit of a tatty old piece, and then I just cut a little bit. I thought maybe I can make that look like it's part of it, because the colour is perfect. I don't know. And I've got this piece which I put in, you know, somewhere else, and I'm thinking, well, maybe that can go here, coming out from under there, and I don't know. So what I'm going to do is see how this piece will work by cutting some of it out. And having it as a background. And everyone going, oh, what are you doing, cutting into lace? But that's what we've got it for. Okay. Now, also got some this stuff. Oh, that works perfectly with that. But now I can stick underneath. So, to get my pins out. I'm just near the bin here, guys, and cutting those little scraggly bits. I'm just wondering whether that can go over the edge. And I'll pin that down. Have that like this, because it's quite a big piece. Maybe insert that into there. Then I've got because the actual name of it is quite big, so I might put that there so you can still see that. And I don't mind that placement. I think that looks all right. Oh. Stitch that down. I think that's the right way. Oh, I don't know. Look. Yep, that's the wrong way. Okay. I just filled in all the background on this with colours that I thought would work. Now, I think that's going to look really nice there. That bit of lace and that going over the top of that. Colour coming out underneath. There we go. I could probably move it down a tad. I think that's where it was. Having that there. Don't worry about that bit. I might even put that there. I like that. Get my pins. To stitch that down. So I'm probably just going to have to invisible stitch or do whatever I do with this. And get my glue stick. Stick him down, just a little here and there. Then glue him down. That's just enough for me to hold it so that I can stitch down that edging like I did with the crocus. So you can see why I needed to buy more of these. The actual pieces. I'm always using this. There's a video coming up. I've got a haul video on Wednesday, but I filmed it before I started this, so you cannot see because you haven't seen that video yet. Okay, can I do that there? And I can hear my cat snoring. Must be a cat thing, because I hear Fudgy snoring when in Corinne's videos. Okay, here we go. Hopefully that that'll work. You know what? I'm going to put it a little bit more over and see if I can find just something to put there. Maybe a little something, the flower. We've got these little pieces that I need to incorporate. Forgot about those. Each little piece is my tatting, so we can incorporate that, and that'll cover up the fact that that's sort of not quite covered. So yeah, that'll work. Got to go underneath. So we'll just give it a bit of a thing. That'll help cover that little area there. There we go. Okay, definitely need something there. I'll even put a yo-yo near my black-eyed Susan thing, so that will help cover that. There we go, because it's quite a big. Found this on the floor. I must have come out of something, and that might go there. It sort of works. And whether I put in a bit of this, oop, there goes the thing. This might be nice to soften that a bit, because it matches that. Might grab a piece. This is really pretty. Maybe I can just sort of put that in there. Not so big. Round it up a bit. It's got the edge. Probably need to take that edge off to give it a bit more of a natural feel. But it's also a good, I can hear my cat snoring away. She sounds so cute. And then that can go there. Yeah, that's nice. And maybe I ought to put more of this, or that can go up there. Something in here. Or do we cut off that bit? I think it's going to annoy me, and it will sit a lot better if it hasn't got that edge. Okay. Which is a bit of a shame. It does give it that curly up bit. I'm finding it difficult. There we go. I might just work with it rather than fight against it. So now I'm going to have to get heaps of, might put that over the top, stitches, and then that'll go there, and it sort of softens that bit. And I'm wondering whether I need something in here that's going to soften that bit, which might not be a bad idea. got all these greens. Might do that. Half a bit. Still need to work in the centre. So I might need to soften some of these edges. Okay. Sort of scrunch it up, gather it in, chuck it in. Just softens it a little bit, and I can put that underneath or just scrunch it up. I think I might scrunch it up, fill in the gaps. There we go. I like that. There we go. All the elements that I usually put in these things is in this. Okay, there we go. There it down. Just scrunch it up a little. Leave that for another one. I may come in with this sort of there or there, maybe even a pink one. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, put that back. Blends that into it and adds a little bit of pink. Okay, so here we are. You've still got a little bit of that, but that's okay. Oh, no, that's going to be for these to hold that down, because that's what I've got to be doing, stitching this down in the background. And yeah, getting it all done. I'm happy with that. Happy. Yeah, because my sight's still not that great. I think we're better off stitching in the background rather than there we go. Might just stick that on there. Yeah, that goes right there. Oh, I like it. And stitch, hold that in there, because so that when we have the photo that it doesn't show up the too much of the pins. Maybe change the colour of this one to like a white one or something. Okay, and then just sort of sit that there. I think that works really well. Oh, I like that. I like it. Oh, probably needs to go more this way. Yeah, that's it. There we go. Okay, well that's the composition done. I think that looks pretty good. And yeah, I really like this, even though it's not part of it. It's sort of, the colour works really well, and it's like an extended feature, and that softens this part as we're going into the middle, which I'll be doing the, botanical beauties and, something in the middle. So we haven't got very many to go. I've got a spot. The next one by rights should go there, but I've got, I think it might be the last one to go there. So I will be putting that next one here. That's why I've left these bits and pieces. Fits in perfectly here. And then I'll go back to here, and then the last one will be above the crocus. So yeah, quite happy with how that looks. Okay guys, well, I'm glad to sort of be semi back and you know, getting into doing a little bit of stitching, and I'll yeah, I'll catch you. Hopefully I'm gonna try and at least nut out some of the calendar video as well. So okay guys, thanks for watching, and thank you for being patient with me, and for everyone who supported my website and bought stuff. And yeah, it's at least that's kept me busy, kept me sane rather than stir crazy. And I'll catch you later. Thanks guys.